Hello, I'm here at the Santa Fe Plaza with the Student Strike for Climate. Here's my discussion with the students. So I've been asking them, do you know what your carbon footprint is per capita in the United States? They do not. It is 16.5 tons per person per year. What is the sustainable level? It is 3 tons. So I say to the students, imagine if you're 5 feet tall, you have to shrink to 1 foot tall to be sustainable. How are you going to do that? And we have 5 ideas that I've talked to them about. The first is we have to cut the supply of fossil fuel energy in the United States. You can do that by eliminating new permits on federal lands and also eliminate exports and imports of oil and fossil fuels. That would cut the supply by 20% in the United States and reduce emissions by 20%. There are some other ideas. How about a CO2 Labeling Act? Call it COLA. When you go to the store and buy a product, it has the nutritional value and calories on it. What if it had the CO2 contents also? So that's a way to raise awareness of the CO2 embedded in each product. Now, how about a quota on CO2 emissions? In World War II, we had limits on how much butter and eggs and meat and gasoline we could use to support the war effort. This has got to be a war on climate change. And so we need a personal quota. Each month, you are not able to purchase more than the CO2 content of your personal quota. If you do, the price will go up and you would pay more. We also need a CO2 fund to support the people who are affected by climate change. And so some of the money from the higher prices of limiting supply could go into a CO2 fund, as well as the surcharges from the quota. And finally, how about the program that we're promoting in my company, which is the Corporate Gigaton Challenge? Public companies listed on the stock exchanges voluntarily reduce their emissions over a period of time, like 15 years, by 1 gigaton. We call it the Corporate Gigaton Challenge. And by doing that, they bring down their carbon footprint to below 0, even negative emissions. And they pay in stock, not in cash. And so it's no out-of-pocket cost to the company. And in fact, their stock price gets bid up by the professional investors, insurance companies, and pension funds who are looking for sustainable companies. So that's a way to actually remove CO2 from the atmosphere and get us all to a sustainable level. So that's been my message to the students, and they seem pretty open to it. And I hope you are too. I'm Phil Kithill, CEO of Ocean-Based Climate Solutions, Inc. You can find us on the web at www.ocean-based.com. Thanks.